Go ahead and start with your thoughts on Sunday's match against Chicago.
Oh, my thoughts. Well, I think it's going to be a really difficult match. I think Chicago has been playing really well. Their last game against Gotham, they looked really pragmatic. I thought they did what they needed to do to win, which is smart, which is something you have to do in the playoffs. And I think they've got special players. And so they've got a strong midfield, strong defense, strong attacking line. They're just a very quality side.
Thank you. We will start questions off with Grant Little.
Hi, Becky. Thanks for taking the time. As you mentioned, Chicago is in really good run of form, especially defensively, and they got the better of the Thorns a couple months ago. I was just wondering what you've learned from the film, from that Gotham game, what you've learned from that Thorns game, and what do the Thorns need to do to succeed in their game plan against the Red Stars?
Yeah, so I would say to talk specifically about our last match against Chicago, I thought they did a really good job of keeping us to one side. And so they kind of invited us to play to one side of the field and then really committed numbers and kept us over there. And it was difficult to switch the play. So for us, it's identifying open players, it's identifying the space that we can capitalize on and how we can get the ball there. And I think if we can do that, and we can do that successfully and relatively risk-free, I think that will really help us in our build-up.
All right, next we'll go to Pardeep Khatri.
Hi, this is a question a little bit more about your team. And actually a trend around the league. It seems like there have been a lot of fullbacks who have performed well this season and also received, applause for it. And obviously the Thorns are a team that has had, one of the league standout fullbacks for a while, and Megan Klingenberg. I wanted to know from you what it's like playing with a fullback who's so central to the team. And also if you could, talk about maybe the evolution of, playing in defense with fullbacks, maybe increasing in importance over the last several years.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things about Megan. It's someone I've played with for quite a while, especially when you take into account women's national team. She has repeatedly, to me, been one of the best outside backs in the league for many seasons. And so to me, it's unfortunate she didn't get the recognition that I think she deserves this season because she really is so pivotal to this group and how we want to play. And the way that we ask our outside backs to play, they are just as important in the attack as they are in the defense. And Kling has done such a great job this year, I think, of getting forward, of putting in a really dangerous crosses. But I also think her defending is super underrated. I think she's one of the best 1v1 defenders. And she's just got such great defensive instincts. And so I could go on and on, but I just think that we can't be the team we want to be without Megan Klingenberg on it.
Next, we'll go to Caitlin Best.
Hi, Becky. You just to add to the Chicago questions, they tend to play in a style where they sit back and then attack in transition and try to expose teams in the back. And I'm just wondering how you're going to approach defending that type of attack.
Yeah, for us in the back line, goalkeeper, and then you take in our six is like, we need to be so good with our countermeasures because like you said, they do like to capitalize and they do have pacey quality forwards up front. And so when we're attacking, we like to send numbers. We're just gonna have to be really cognizant of the spaces and the numbers that we're leaving behind. And so that'll be on the center backs, that'll be on everyone on the field, just to make sure we're checking shoulders and making sure we're always numbers up, because we always want to be +1 when we're counter defending.
Next, we'll go to Jonathan Tannenwald.
Thanks. And Becky, thank you for the time. Curious as to whether the players allow themselves to think about this being the end of Mark's tenure and, perhaps sending him out with what would be a 4th trophy in the year, which has never been done before. Thanks.
Yeah, I would say that we want to end the season on a high note, and it's for Mark, but it's also for our team as well, and for the staff and the support staff and everyone that is put in so much work and effort and shifts into what has been, I think, an incredible season here with the Thorns. And so, yeah, we want Mark to leave on a high note. We all want to leave on a high note. And for those players that maybe aren't going to be here next year as well, like we want to end the season on a high note for them in particular.